All right, we are live. Welcome, everybody. Turbo Tom in the house. Welcome, Tom. Just another Friday night hangout, chit chat, shoot the bull, talk about whatever. No name nationals, hot rod. Been busy most of the day working on merch for the website. We got several channels involved now. Uh, got shirts, hats, hoodies. Got Scott Speed Shop. Got Rapid Transit Garage, of course, Unity Motorsports Garage. I'm wearing a couple of the pieces we're making here. Charger 383 Mopar is on. Dust Devil Garage is on. So you guys can all go to the website now and find merch for them guys. Of course, my own channel's on there too. Let's see what else. We got Dougster in the house. Have no fear, the Dougster is here. Peckerwood Aaron, what's up, peeps? How's it going, man? Good to see you. PPG in the house. Jack stands and cinder blocks. Just got here. What did I miss? Oh, not a whole lot. Just welcoming everybody in and talking about the new website I got going and making merch for everybody. Got 7 channels involved in it now. Junkyard D, what's happening, man? How you doing tonight? Kind of busy around here this week. NSB in the house. Welcome. Mohawk 62. How's it going, Todd? A couple projects going on out in the shop. Mr. Cope, how's it going, John? Good to see you, brother. A couple of projects going on out in the shop. We got a buddy's 97 Tahoe out there. I'm just doing some maintenance on and doing LED conversions, headlights, tail lights, marker lights, signals, the whole 9 yards. All the exteriors are going LED on it. And I got another buddy's got a 82 Toyota with a 22R in it that took a shit. So we're going to be building the engine for it. Actually, probably going to build an engine for his other one that's lifted and a little more wild and put the stocker out of the other one in this one that's here. But his idea, not mine. But we might be doing a stroker, 22R Toyota stroker. Fun. Colleen's in the house. Welcome. Good to see you. 22R propane turbo, type that in on YouTube. Now, we're not going to turbocharge it, I don't think. And we ain't going to fool with propane. But I will definitely check it out. It could be fun. I enjoy stuff like that. Functional histories, Tonio, buddy, do I have a treat for you? Working on all kinds of cars while I listen to you. Calming bass. Nice. How you doing tonight, buddy? Fastest way to find old videos, right?
Everything woke turns to shit.
Yeah, there goes the phone. Mute it so it doesn't keep interrupting me. Yeah, if you're watching John Wilburn, I got that. That is about the size of it. So what else is new? Yeah, Peckerwood, that will be fun. And of course, somewhere in the middle of all that, I got to start coming up with some plans for the truck to get that rear end upgraded so we can get some traction this year once we go racing with it. You have a model. Hey, Heavens Mopar Scott's in the house. I love that ringtone. Cracks me up every time I hear it. Right. Yeah, I made that. I just, I took it. It was an Alabama rally that he did, and it was plucked it off of YouTube and took the sound bite out of it and turned it into a ringtone. I'm giving it to a few of my friends, and they've all got a kick out of it. ASO in the house. How's it going, man? How you doing tonight? Did they ever find the missing roof? That is the $1,000,000 question. Yeah, Scott, what have you heard? Did your roof ever turn up, or a guy ever get back in touch with you, or what's going on with that? Kind of curious myself now that they mention it. I'm here to ensure my village of Dunedin is deprived of an idiot. You will all thank me later. Automatically unsavage in-law. G'day. I'm going to go ahead and kill a little time here. I'm going to pull up the website, show off some of these other guys' stuff that we got for sale. Everybody's got their own link. We'll start with this one. Dean, did you block someone? Hey, John Wilburn, good to see you. Long time no see. Wendy English is in the house. Good to see you, Wendy. And cousin Mike, how's it going, man? So if we click this link, this is going to take us right to Andy Wood's Unity Motorsports Garage merch page. And this is the stuff we got for sale for him. I'm going to go ahead and share it here so y'all can see what's going on. If I can remember how to share screens. I've been kind of rushing all day working on stuff. It's kind of nice to try to relax a little bit here for a minute. There's Casper, and a little description about what he's got. Tunnel Ram Mafia shirt. And a Unity Motorsports Garage hat. That's a printed hat. Pretty quick here. We're going to be also offering an embroidered hat. These are all made in-house right here. It's my other business, Gunslinger Graphics. What am I missing? Let's see. Heavens Mopar Scott says, no, the guy completely disappeared after he picked it up. Filed a police report, just waiting. I'm sure it's gone. About to place an amnesty order and pay through the nose for it again. Man, that's a shame. That sucks. Some people are just absolute suck. Landon has a premiere tomorrow on a battery analyzer a company sent me. Nice. I'll be sure to check that out. Ed's Machine in the house. Good to see you, Ed. How you doing tonight, man? Everybody's just saying hi to Ed. Dean says Ed's Munching's burrito. Always something funny to say. It's always fun having Dean in the house. So we'll go ahead and share the next one. That one popped up for you guys. Share the screen. There we go. And this is what we got going on for old Jed, Scott Speed Shop. We got a hoodie. Pretty cool. Pictures of the Barely Cuda on the back of it. And on the front side is actually the blown engine. It's in the Barely Cuda. It goes on the left front of the shirt. This, of course, is a sweatshirt. I'm offering these sweatshirts both ways. We got the zip-ups as well as the pullovers, depending on what you prefer. And, of course, the T-shirt, same graphics on it. That's what we got for Jed at Scott's Speed Shop. So far, bunch of new stuff coming. Sure, if any of you guys interested in any of this stuff, just click on the links and it takes you right to their page on the website. And you can actually go backwards through the website too. If you go up here to the top, YouTube channel merch, it will actually give you drop downs. We got stuff for William for 83 Charger Mopar. Same, we got the hoodie and the shirt available right now. We're also doing hats. We're getting hats embroidered. In the process of getting the digital work done for that. Of course, that's the back of the shirt with his logo on it. We've actually got a lot of cool graphics in the works. We've got burnout pictures. We've got the No Name National inaugural, No Name National Burnout Champion picture. That's going to be a fun shirt to do. That'll be available soon. And we've also got Dust Devil Brian. Shop.dustdevilgarage.com takes you to this page. See, old knuckle duster. We got a shirt, regular t-shirt, front and back with the Dust Devil Garage on it. There's the front shot, and there's the front shot there, and of course there's the back. And then also offering that one on the hoodies as well, both the zipper type and the pullover type. These are actually those, if you're still in here, John Wilburn, these are actually those hoodies that you like. Ones that are put out by Port Company with a kangaroo pouch on the front of them. They're actually a nice hoodie. Everybody's just talking to each other. In case you might want to find out about any rules. Propane specific. Damien is finally working on our t-shirt designs, hoping to get them to you by the end of the week. Right on. I look forward to hearing from you on that. It's time consuming. It's very time consuming work, but once it's done, it's nice. Tony, can you post something on the site that says coming soon? I'm getting closer to having the logo figured out. Absolutely, I can, Scott. As a matter of fact, up until a few hours ago, Scott Speed Shop, Dust Devil Garage, Charger 383 Mopar, William, they all were just landing pages that said coming soon on them. And now we have stuff. So I don't have any more coming soons to show you, but yeah, it's just a blank white page with your channel information on it. We'll do a little write up on your channel, like we've done for these guys here. And where, after we get to the bottom of this, where you actually see the merchandise, it'll just be a blank spot and say coming soon. But if you want to get involved in this, we can definitely get you set up. Who are you building a 22R for? A local friend of mine. Hey, Aaron, long time no see. What do you charge to do that? What's that? Have a page on the website? Check your email. Tony, the left one is the live stream version. The right one is what we're debuting next Sunday. I will check it out here in a sec. Yeah, I suppose you could say that. Do I do it like Teespring? Yes and no. Um, I make what I feel is a superior product, and there's some of it out in the wild now, and a lot of people will agree. And I'll actually sell it, and I'll actually sell it for a price and not keep it all. You guys can get a little bit out of it. We'll take, for instance, the Unity Motorsports Garage hat. I was talking with Andy when he was the first one to set up with me and do this. He was selling a hat through Teespring for $21, and he didn't get a penny out of it. I'm selling what I feel is a better hat, higher quality, just better all around, nicer graphic and everything for $18, $3 cheaper, and he gets $5 a piece out of the hats. And there's of course still enough left on the table that's worth my time to fool with it. So yeah, we can do this without being greedy. So long answer is yes, or the short answer is yes, the long answer is no, because I feel like I'm a little more honest and less greedy than Teespring. Is he racing no name nationals with a 22R? No, it's just a local guy. Just a local guy that likes Toyota trucks, and I work on his stuff. Let me see. Do you think you can? I think you can use propane and drag. There's a car called Natural Gas, or yeah, it's powered by. I don't see why not. That would be fun. Yeah, no, and Jack stands the reason we're probably going to build the Stroker 22Rs because it's in a crawler truck with 38-inch tires on it. He's looking for a challenger. Yeah, no, he won't. It's not a race car. It's a rock crawler. I appreciate that. No name nationals. That channel won't last long. What channel is that? Oh. Yeah, who is this? Money, money, money. Who is this? Thinking it might be a troll. Some people got nothing better to do. Hey, what's going on, Mr. Colt? Talking about the website. Let's see, Dean says 2366 cc's of fun. Mine was built to be a crawler. I have gears and lockers. I can change my tire size for drag racing. Yeah, that could be fun. We got clown. Right on. I got no time for clowns in here. Fucking trolls. Probably that goddamn Mr. Will. Or one of his cronies. Yeah, I got trolls because I like the no-name nationals. That's all. Got a handful of haters out there that are just jealous that they can't have cool friends like we do. What's going on, Brian? I wouldn't call you a clown. Ryan Barsness, welcome. Trolls everywhere, that's no lie. Someone test the clown. William, what's happening, buddy? It's just showing off all your guys' stuff a minute ago. Backwoods Performance, good to see you, man. Of course, anybody's welcome to join in if you want. Just hanging out and shooting the breeze. I have haters inside the group, but that's okay. I'm more mature than them. Yeah. Just ain't too worried about them. See a grown man that acts like a 10-year-old brat. I know, right? Yeah, they're back. Gee whiz. Name one thing that I've done or said offhand. Very disappointed to see y'all hating. No, we ain't hating. Just want to know who you are. Why you gotta hide behind a fake name? Usually people that come in these chats that aren't willing to show who they really are just up to no good. So if you ain't, just show us that you ain't. It's that simple. Who is it? No Name Nationals. That's what we're trying to figure out. Sure, it's a fake account that's just in here to either spy or cause hate. But what do I have to say to get into trouble? Well, as long as you don't come in here and stir up a bunch of BS, you're more than welcome. It's pretty hard to get in trouble in here. I really don't censor much. But when you come in here and start hating on my friends, that'll get you the boot. But past that, pretty much everything else goes. We had some asshole came in here and tried to put porn in once, and we don't put up with that shit either. Drop your ass faster than a bad transmission. That sounds Wilburn. Uncle Tony and everyone in chat. I am not Uncle Tony. That is for sure. Good grief, fake name. It's a channel name. Not me, and here to help. Yep, I knew it wasn't you, John. I think this guy's a spy or something. I mean, if you're not here to contribute anything or do any more than act like a 2-year-old, why are you here? If you want to join the chat with, something more circular than why you're using the name No Name Nationals, more power to you. But if you're just in here to spy, you're going to get the fucking boot. Wrong channel if you're looking for, yeah, exactly. I figured as much, Tim. You're the last one that's in here to cause trouble. Appreciate your hanging out and supporting the channel. Just watch hours. Yeah. Yeah, they can hang out in here and give us watch hours. We'll take it. The about on that channel says it will expose the No Name Nationals for what it really is. Take note of the troll. It's got 15 minutes. Yeah. Thanks for checking his ass out, John. We knew he was trouble. Haven't acted like a 2-year-old. Last I checked, it was a free country. What? You know what, motherfucker? You ain't got 15 minutes. Your ass is out of here now. Goddamn troublemakers. Adios, motherfucker. Fun part is guessing which troll it is. Well, there's only a few. It's all right. I got rid of him. Got better things to do than put up with dipshits. We got doorbell ringing. What's happening,
Have
Doug?
no fear, the Dougster's here. Good evening, Tony.
Hell yeah. How you doing, man?
I'm fine ridden frog here, man.
Tim Windsor kicked their ass to the curb. That's exactly what I did. I don't get it. People
Fingering
have
my crack.
What's that?
Fingering my crack.
People just
Right here
ain't.
on camera, in front of everyone.
Yeah. People just ain't got anything better to do than come around and cause problems.
Well, we don't need any of that.
Yeah. Well, he wasn't really being rude or nothing, but I'm sure you saw John Wilburn put up, he went and checked out the channel, and this is what it said. The channel on that about on that channel says it will expose the no-name nationals for what it really is. Take note of the troll. It's got 15 minutes.
Everyone's entitled to it.
Yeah, you know what? I ain't got time for that shit. I didn't give him 15 minutes. I just gave him the boot right square in the ass. Get the hell out of here.
Don't sugarcoat it, Tony. Tell me how you really feel, okay?
Get the hell out of here.
I really want to know what Tony thinks.
I know, right?
What does Tony think?
Yeah, ASO says, I don't understand why they're so against all of us. I don't either. Well, I do, because they're jealous. They can't have friends like the rest of us do. Some people just feed. They feed on hating other people. It's got to be a miserable fucking way to live.
Well, live your life in negativity.
Got to change
blower motor. Be negative, man.
Yeah. Got to change blower motor in wife's 2011 Chevy Cruze. I headed 2 weeks ago, and it's been working ever since. Go figure. Yeah, it's funny how that works.
Yeah. Or my favorite one is makes a noise, whatever, can't figure it out. And then you finally go see your bud, and you're like, hey, come on, let me take you for a ride. It's doing this. It's doing that. Of course it don't do it.
Yeah. Well, it's like I got a Chevy Tahoe, 97 Chevy Tahoe out in the shop right now. I had to go rescue my buddy last Sunday. It was pouring down rain, and thing kept blowing. That car has a fuse that goes between the ignition switch. When it goes out of the ignition switch, it's a crank fuse. Goes out of the ignition switch down to the neutral safety switch on the side of the transmission, and then up the starter relay. But anyway, it kept blowing fuses. And he kept messing with it. He couldn't get it going. He was downtown. He called me up. And I went down there and hot wired the thing. And he said, well, how do I get it to your house? I said, get in the sumbitch and drive it. I'll take you home. So it's sitting out here. And I figured, it's a simple system. Either a rat ate a wire and the thing's rubbing on the frame, or, something shorted somewhere.
Yep.
Well, I get up underneath the thing, and the neutral safety switch on the side of that transmission is actually broken. So the thing got full of water and was causing problems.
So just that fixed everything?
Yeah, well, it will. It will, but to get to what you were talking about is when you actually go to work on it, it won't screw up. Well, it sat overnight. I didn't work on it on Sunday. I got it here. I took him home, and actually it sat a couple days, and I went. I was working on the Toyota that's in the garage, and I had to get it out of the way, and went to move the Tahoe, and I figured, screw it, I'm going to stick a fuse in the thing and see what it does. And stuck a fuse in the thing, and some bit started right up. We'll see, it dried out when it was sitting.
A mechanic friend of mine had a really cool tool. It was 5 microphones that you could clip on various parts of the car.
Electronic
he had a
ears.
5-channel receiver and an earpiece, and he could listen to those 5 points.
Yep.
Man, I got to play with that. That thing was badass.
Mm-hmm. Very helpful. Very helpful tool. I've used those before. I don't own one, but I have used them before.
Yeah. That's one of those tools you're like, that's nice. Because I'd like to have that right now. My friend's Audi has a bad wheel bearing, it's an all-wheel drive car, so it's got 4. Which one is it? We're going on a ride. We're going to try to listen for it tomorrow.
Yeah. That's happening, BNR. Yeah, random noises can be irritating to find, but I've also found wheel bearings you can selectively swerve and load each end
Unload
of
and
the
unload,
car
yes.
and
Yes.
get a change in the noise and figure out which one it is.
Especially in the front end.
Yeah. So what else is new in your world?
What's new in my world? So
new in
funny
your-
you ask. I'm going to do a little show and tell.
Cool.
And I haven't. Oh, let me get my light. There you are. I've been doing head porting.
Nice.
See the head?
Yeah.
Okay. It's my exhaust port.
Let me full screen you. Oh yeah. Back the light out of it a little bit. It's kind of washing out in the camera a little bit.
That better?
Yeah, except you're getting off the screen with it.
How's
There
that?
you go. That's a little better. Yeah, it's looking good, man.
Not bad for an amateur.
Right?
First time ever. I'm very proud of myself.
What are these 516 heads?
Negative. These are 440 source stealth heads.
Stealth heads. Okay.
And the other one looks just as good. We'll go to that one in a minute. This one was a big lifesaver. Used a couple of Rolock disc arbors
Yeah.
and cut this one worked right out of the box. Like took it, wrapped some body shop tape around the stem to guard your seat. And sorry for the jostling camera.
Well, you better be.
So I had to take like 3/4 of an inch off of that to make this fit the intake valve.
Okay.
But it protects the seat, so I was able to risk-free work in my chamber.
Right.
So
Well,
yeah.
are you going to do a valve job on it when you're done, or are you just doing the port work and slapping it back together?
I'm my next step is I'm going to lap all the valves.
Okay. Yeah.
And then after that it'll be reassembly. Big hot soapy water bath. And okay, I'm gonna take you guys over to the other head. How are we aimed? Can you see it well?
I can.
Okay. And just as good.
Yeah. Nice. So you've been busy.
Yeah, I've been busy. My hands hurt.
Yeah. Port work is very time consuming.
Yeah, but I mean, I'll tell you what, it was.
Be thankful they're aluminum.
Yes, I already understand that. And this is my first set of heads.
Porting
Yeah, I've
cast
already
iron
thought
sucks.
about all that. Now, can you see my tunnel ram?
Yeah.
Okay. All 600 grit roll inside all runners and the top piece.
Nice.
And then all valves are back faced.
Right on.
Bags and tag back faced. So it's bath time and reassembly.
Fun stuff.
After the valve lap.
And that's going on what? Your 400?
413.
A what?
413.
413. That's right. You're building a 413.
Right. Dish pistons, low compression. It's probably a mile down from the deck, but it'll be close chambers heads, and I'll try to throw as much chooch as I can until I can build my maximum effort engine.
There you go.
It'll be fun.
Sure. And those heads will definitely help, and the closed chambers will help.
Yep.
You know,
And then the Whiplash cam is going to really help boost my cylinder pressure too. What's happening?
All right, y'all brought me in real quick.
Yeah.
Getting the YouTube side, so just jumped on. So I was kind of tracking. You've been doing some port and polish there, and I know you just said your hands were aching, so
Yeah.
that is some tenuous work. I'm just jumping in, so
Thanks.
I was gone getting stuff ready and moving the computer over, so
Okay.
I got part of the conversation. So get me caught up, or get everybody else caught back up if they weren't paying attention.
Yeah, this has been quite a project, and I was so nervous going into it, and then realizing as I'm starting to do it, this isn't that bad. I mean, everyone's like, "Oh, you're gonna nick a seat, and it's gonna cost you $1 million and 1,000 days of time," and it's okay, man.
It's not that bad. It really
It's
isn't.
not that bad.
You know, I went to the school of automotive machinist at one time, and you know, there are times where you can actually take too much material out, or you make a divot or a dimple in the wrong place. But generally, if you're trying to keep it smooth, smooth is fast.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
And
Pretty
really
much.
just trying to just
Smooth
make
as-
everything uniform, just especially
Yeah.
that ledge between the actual valve seat and the chamber.
Absolutely. And you, like you said, you know, even if you kind of nick a seat, they can replace the seats.
Exactly.
Oh, right,
You know.
right. It's just more money.
Yeah.
More time.
Well, do
And
your porting. Do your best porting first, and then add the seats back.
Okay.
And then do a 3-angle valve job or whatever else they recommend or blend. So
I am seriously thinking about maybe having a 3-angle valve job done.
you did mention you back cutting valves, or
Yes, I back cutted valves.
Yeah.
They're aftermarket valves. I think they're comp. They're very smooth. That's actually top of the valve up by the
Okay.
top of the seat. Very
Good
smooth,
tulip
but it has
shape,
a
yes.
little ridge on it. But I mean, nothing to really like, ooh, that's bad. And some of them are actually smooth up there. So all I did was just round off the bottom corner of my exhausts, and I just sharpened the bottom of my intakes. So that's
Yeah.
about all I really did on back facing.
Yeah, you want the face of the exhaust valve to be slightly rounded. You want I think the face of the intake valve to be sharp on the chamber side.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Some
So I just-
little
not
tips
too
like
sharp. You don't want that edge to cause hot
Well,
spots.
yeah, but you don't want to induce reversion back into the intake port.
Right.
Okay.
But
So-
Before
that's
a comment gets too far in the past, Dust Devil Brian's looking for around a 3500 stall converter for a 727. If anybody's got one they're wanting to part with.
Hey, Colleen. Yes,
So-
I just jumped in, guys. Thanks for acknowledging that.
Oh,
I
yeah.
just finally found the
So-
comments.
Polished chamber or 60 grit roll chamber?
There's arguments either way.
Okay.
The finer it is, the less carbon you're going to have sticking to it either way. The chamber, I think, is less important than the intake port. The intake port shouldn't have anything. 60 grit's probably even too smooth. 120. Well,
Yeah, I agree.
you know, you
Okay.
need some on the intake. Exhaust can be mirrored. Chamber
Yep.
can be mirrored or whatever.
Yep.
It just depends on how much more time you want to spend.
Yeah, I've got them to where they're
Yeah.
pretty smooth on the exhaust, and I'm 60
Yeah.
grit roll on all surfaces on my intakes.
Yeah,
They put a little spot in behind the push rod or the push rod bump.
yeah, that sounds fine. You know, a lot of people put in too much effort. I'm guilty of it myself. I've got 22R cylinder heads, even the old 7M GTE cylinder heads, or even Volkswagen heads that I put way too much work into. But
Oh yeah, especially
You know.
Volkswagen. Especially Volkswagen.
hey, don't pick on us too much.
No.
Hey, VWs are
Volkswagen lovers.
fun.
Volkswagen lovers. 73 Super Beetle in the fleet. There's
I have-
my lady's car.
I have a 69 with a 69 body with a 73 chassis under it, and I have a 72 with a 72 under it. So, you know, I've got two bugs complete left out of the 3. One of them had to be donated for parts because the body did roll. Lady pulled out from a church. I was coming over. Overpass was a ways away, but I was coming down the top of that overpass at full throttle. And lady pulled out from a church parking lot, and she stopped at a yellow light.
Ouch.
And the bugs only have a 9-inch brake, but
Yeah.
I started pumping my brakes, and I remember passing the truck beside me, nose to nose, because he saw I was trying to brake. He started braking. He was pulling a trailer even. He started slowing down, and I passed him nose to nose. I wound up in the ditch sideways.
Ouch.
Good time.
I just remember grabbing a tire iron out of where my trunk used to be, and I was going to go break somebody's windshield, and then I realized these guys were witnesses.
Yeah.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, my car was on its side. It dented up the roof and the sides of the car, but the chassis was still good. I drove the car home, even though the front, driver's side spindle was bent. I drove it home.
About wiping out cars. I live in Michigan. We wipe out cars professionally in the snow.
So we got Andy, Unity Motorsports Garage, dropping in to say hi before he hits the sack.
Oh, everybody say hi.
Sporting a Tunnel Ram Mafia shirt tonight I'm wearing.
Tony, I think I'm probably going to have to get me one of them Tunnel Ram Mafia shirts.
They're on the website.
That sounds like a fun one. I'm actually wearing one of the OG Jack Stennis Center Block shirts, but
right on.
I only have two. One's black, one's white and one's gray. I can't wear the white one for shit. I'll stain it immediately, even if I'm just eating chips.
White shirts look nice, but I can't wear them because I ruin them in about 2 seconds.
They look janky so fast.
I'll ruin a black shirt just as fast too, though. I don't know how, but if I can see the oil stain in the black, even though y'all can't see it, to me it's stained.
Well, on the upside, seeing as I am the creator of the merch, it doesn't hurt as bad when I tear them up.
Their turbo is very cool.
Yeah. There's some neat turbo motors out there.
Yeah, I've seen a turbo Volkswagen on the street, and it was too much turbo. It wasn't like the little itty bitty like Volkswagen specific supercharger. No, our turbo. They put a big old sun gun on it, and all it does is break stuff.
Well,
that's debatable. Many years ago, I had a 61 ragtop with a full roller. Anybody that knows Volkswagens knows what a full roller Volkswagen engine is. Porsche engine.
Like a Porsche.
2110 twin turboed.
Goodness.
And that son of a bitch had run 9 seconds down the quarter mile.
Woo.
And it lived at 7,000 RPM.
Try 12,000.
Oh my goodness!
I'm not surprised.
It's a roller.
It was the
it didn't get happy till $7,000. When did it get happy? $10,000.
What's that?
When would it get happy? Like 10,000?
Probably everything over 6. Yeah, everything well over 6 and 7. Yeah,
say life begins at 6.
The kid I sold it to, I raced it for about 2 years and then I sold it. I wish I never sold. I love that car. It's damn thing was fun, but the kid I sold it to wound it up to 13.5 and it came apart.
He had to find the limit, huh?
Yeah, he had to find the limit, and then he had to call me and tell me he wanted his money back. So that was an interesting conversation.
That's kind of like asking for a refund on your flat tap at Cam.
Yeah.
I think some of the sentences in that conversation were pound sand. What's another one? Kick rocks. Yeah.
You avoided the warranty.
Why?
Yeah. Taillight's warranty is expired, guy.
He got a little mouthy with me, and it just boiled down to GFY. But yeah, and it was a shame too. It really sucked. I offered to buy it back from him for about half what he gave me for it. Because I would have put the car back together and just kept it. But what an idiot.
Well, there's a gentleman here in Garden City. He's put me in a car in the parade a couple times. It's about a 2300cc VW engine,
Mm-hmm.
and but it's got skinny white wall tires in the back,
Oh wow.
which is actually the saving grace to that car.
Yeah.
It
Because it
won't let
boils
me.
the tires off. Yep.
I did a burnout in front of one of the local cops at the last parade I was in. He knew I was going to do it. He was 2 cars ahead of me, and he heard me romping on the throttle, and it was getting close. And
The cop
we had
did?
no, the guy that owned the car.
No, the owner.
Mhm.
The owner of the car knew I was about to do it, and he was flagging the cop over. He's like, "Don't give that guy a ticket. He's driving my car."
That's funny.
This was approved.
Yeah, it was approved. Of course, there was this natural dip in the road that had water in it. It was a burnout pit. Come on.
Exactly. That's kind of
It was like I let him and a couple of the other cars get about, a good 100 yards past the intersection, and I just sat there in the intersection with my rear tires in the water, and finally I revved it up and dropped the clutch. And the cop, she's looking at me going, "I knew you were going to do it." I was like, "Yeah, I told you I was going to do it." Yeah, I've got this car that's got the Safari front windshield, so I can reach my hand out the front windshield and wave at people.
So
It's
the
like
guy that I used to buy my Volkswagen parts from up in Grand Rapids, Michigan. The guy's name was Al Grondike. And Al owned fun buggies. Well, Al had a taste for Formula V racing, and then he had a taste for dirt drags. And he had a dirt dragster called DrWhiplash. And when I stood next to DrWhiplash, it had truck air cleaners on it, and the hats were eye level. And this is a rail dragster. And DrWhiplash was a bad mamma jamma, all Volkswagen. And
nice.
He made it to GM Proving Grounds and ran his whole event and made it to the final round. And he went up against a Keith Black Hemi dirt dragster. And he goes, "Christians to Lions. I'm just out for a good show, but I'm going to give them all I've got." And he went up knew he was going to lose. He was just there for the hell of it and ended up winning. The light was on in his lane. He gets out of his car, walks over to the other guy and unsuits and puts his hand out to shake his hand. Guy looks at him, puts that thing on the trailer and leaves. Not a word said.
Didn't even shake his hand.
Didn't even shake his hand.
Ouch.
At the banquet, and they all got together, the guy comes over, pulls Al off to the side and says, "I'm very sorry," shook his hand, and he goes, "I got so much razz from all of my people. A 426 Keith Black Hemi got beat out by a little bitty Volkswagen. What the hell are you doing?"
It happens.
Yep.
Those, it's just like, I used to be a little guy for a while, and I got big when I was in the military.
Mm-hmm.
I've gotten back down to medium size now. And you know what? If I built the car right, I'd put somebody smaller in it to run it for the right race.
Yeah.
Somebody's not afraid of it.
Right.
They also got to be light in it to make the car fast.
Right.
And
like a jockey,
Exactly.
And the beauty of a Volkswagen is drive it like you hate it. Hate it.
Drive it like you fucking stole it. Sorry for the language, guys, but yes.
Yep. You drive a Detroit diesel the same way you drive a Volkswagen.
Slam your hand in the...
Yep. You bonk your head on the cab as you get in. You slam your finger in the door. Oh, you got into a fight with your old lady before you left, too.
Yeah,
she's threatening to break up with you.
As you drive Detroit, now you're ready to drive a Volkswagen. Drive it like you hate it.
Drive it like you're mad at something.
Right.
Absolutely.
And it's counterintuitive because, you took out your dad's Oldsmobile and you got after it. He's like, "Hey, what are you doing?
What are you doing?"
I remember
nothing.
I do remember building a 1776 for one of my Volkswagens back in the day.
That was a good combination.
I remember smoking 5.0 Mustangs.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hands down.
All about weight to horsepower.
I had almost the same horsepower and a lot less weight.
A lot less weight.
I put together a few 2180s But I never could get a 2180 to run as good as that 2110 of mine did. Something about the combination. The 2110 is just a sweetheart.
Never got to.
That's the happy sweet spot.
Yeah.
I just had a 1.8 or 1.8. Had a 1800. And that's what we have now is an 1800.
Well, see that's another my wife's leaning towards me doing the Toyota truck, the 22R. That was another one I was kind of as I was driving there in my company truck for the No Name Nationals. I was like, what if I do a Volkswagen for next year?
My father had a 78 Toyota pickup that had, I think, a 22R in it.
Mine's I have a 72 and a 73, same engine head combination. So I got the 20R head, which is the better head, and then 22R block, which has a little bit more stroke, and then I also had a 86 4Runner, which is a heavier body. So
my dad
that's kind
had
of out.
An 85.
Yeah, this truck that's here, he's got two of them. One of them's the big lifted crawler's an 81, and this one's an 82.
Mine have the what do we call the rust weight reduction program.
Right.
That's factory. That is factory spec direct from Toyota.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I mean it's a 80 something Toyota.
Yeah,
so I mean
they sprinkle that in at the factory.
Yep.
I'm going to do it real slow so the cameras can see. It's sprinkled in, yes. There's got lots of. That's the secret ingredient to these trucks. They didn't weigh jack diddly from kind of like Volkswagen Beetle.
Well, I mean, you see them around here, and they're always rusty but trusty. It's goddamn that thing's unsafe to drive, but listen to it run.
Right.
But it runs. It's safe to drive.
Datsuns were the same way. They rusted to bits, but they started the first time. They started every time.
Every time, and they get you there.
Oh, I did a video a while back. I can't post it because when I fired that thing up, it was throwing more water out of the back of the block between the block and the cylinder head and the Oh yeah, I'd cracked the block from freezing. It doesn't freeze very often in Texas, but I thought I disconnected the lower radiator hose. I thought it was good. Still cracked the block.
Because there's still that amount of water, because the water only went down to the jacket. Yeah.
So I pray to God my cylinder head's still good. I'll get a new short block under it. Yeah, of course the pistons and rings were garbage to begin with because I got them from whoever. It was still a 200,000 mile motor.
So how rusty are Texas examples of Toyotas? Because here they're melted away. They're gone.
I bought both my trucks from Idaho and drove them down.
Okay.
So they've only been in Texas since I've owned them.
Nice.
Right. So they were up in the ice and snow.
Yeah, and then like right now they're both parked on a real steep hill. So the back of the cab's going to be the problem, and the back of the bed is going to be the big,
Right.
Minimize the rust by parking it on a hill. Fortunately for me. But I actually came across pictures earlier today while I was going through one of my older hard drives of those trucks when we were moving from Lake Livingston, Texas, towards where we moved them from Livingston. We never put those on the other property that we lived on. We put them on Mom and Dad's property. And then when we bought our new property, we moved those trucks to the new property. And that's where they got parked on an even better hill. So the gray truck's been driven a few times, never on camera, but it tried to lift the front tires on the ground last time I drove it.
Wow.
Nice.
35-inch tires with a 22R motor.
What gear is in it?
It has it has a dual transfer case, but it's got a 529 rear end.
Oh wow!
With Lincoln lockers, not Lincolns. Those goodness, the ratcheting ones.
Detroit
ratcheting.
locker?
The Detroit locker.
Not the Detroits, the cheaper ones.
the
ratchets the outside wheel forward.
Oh, lunchbox.
Lunchbox lockers,
yeah,
yes.
Lunchbox.
yeah.
So it's got lunchbox lockers front and rear, and it tried to pick the front. Literally tried to pick the front wheels up. There's probably, if we'd have put a camera out there at the time, we probably got the front tires off the ground by about 24 inches.
Oh wow!
Before I lifted, I eventually did lift, and this is in my dad's driveway.
When you got enough gear reduction, it don't take much.
I floored that thing, and I just put a fresh clutch in it too. But yeah, it was fun.
Locker is on the want list for shop truck. Sorry to interrupt.
Dude, that's exactly it. I mean, you put your want list out there, and you're gonna eventually figure out how to do it.
Yeah,
right now
I found him for about 400. That's not that bad.
Yeah, I mean the black truck I bought for the gears. So I bought a gray truck first, about 3 years before. Drove it down from Idaho to Houston. Parked that in the driveway. Used to get monthly complaints from the homeowners association. That was the last place I ever lived at that had a HOA.
Yeah, fucking HOA.
Exactly, they can get bent. They used to send me a monthly letter saying you have a derelict vehicle in your driveway. I'm like, no, that's probably the best running vehicle I own, other than my wife's car. That thing runs and drives. You just don't see it run and drive because I'm not home.
Right.
And she couldn't drive a stick. So
remember what the first 3 letters of association is. That's what they are.
Yeah, so who the hell's stealing videos? You talking about that no-name channel or whatever?
They can steal all my videos if they get more views. I want some of the links back to that shit.
Yeah, right.
If they do better than me, please let me know.
Jed, good to see you,
We got
man.
Jed here. Good evening.
Oh, snot. But yeah, I mean, that truck, what I learned to do is park it all the way up against touching the garage. And every weekend, my wife would go just push in the clutch, release the parking brake, and then pull the parking brake again, and let it just set back, and it would move about 6 or 8 inches every time.
Mm-hmm.
So by the time I got home after 6 or 8 weeks of being on the road, that truck would be noticeably closer to the curb. And then I would go start it up and drive it around the block a few times. Go to the auto parts store, or Home Depot or O'Reilly's. Just go drive it around a little bit. Pull it back up against the curb, the garage doors, and do the same thing again. Rinse and repeat. That's how I avoided getting.
Editing his video was putting him to sleep.
That's really, huh?
I should be editing video right now, but I'm choosing to be on here with the live.
Yes, please, ASO, please do post the link, and then we can all go.
Yes, sir.
Ass, I guess. Functional History says stealing videos might be a mistake with this community. Not fans of thieves. No, we are not.
Mm-mm.
Oh no.
And there's no honor amongst thieves.
ASO tried to find it. Do you have a link? Yeah, no, you're right, Doug. There is. There's no honor among thieves.
Did y'all hear about the piano guy that the Chinese whatever people approached him at
Brendan Kavanaugh or whatever?
That's quite an interesting story. They're making themselves famous for trying to get out of his video. He was doing a live stream when they approached him. He was playing piano at a London train station or
train station. I've been watching him for years, and he does that all the time. He just finds a piano and just beats out a boogie woogie and has a good time. And
I wish I had that. I wish I had a tenth of that guy's talent for playing piano or something.
Oh yeah, and if somebody else is a piano enthusiast, he'll sit down and jam with them, turn them loose, let them
bring them in.
Yeah,
bring them in.
He's great, and there's always a crowd of people. And he's got other friends that do the same stuff. Go and jam on a piano somewhere and get the everyone in lather and have a good time. And I don't understand how this thing went so sideways.
They went sideways on their own.
Mm-hmm.
You got to look at what And they try to release their own version of that. Of course, it's translated to English, but
Right.
Yeah, they don't.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, from what I know of the guy, he seems like a pretty honest dude, and all he really wants to do is jam on his piano.
yeah.
Can you blame him?
I mean, no. I mean, and he's still saying, this is a freedom of speech matter.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
He said that in that video when they were trying to square him up. And then of course, then they try to claim racism immediately.
Of course.
Which doesn't make any sense.
Don't touch her. That was the first. That one dude screamed the word, "Don't touch her," and then they were like, "Oh, you're trying to be a racist because you're assuming we're Chinese. You're flying a Chinese communist flag."
Well,
right.
I guess that there was Japanese media and Chinese media.
Well,
and they were side by side. So how do you differentiate the two?
He made the assumption they were Japanese at first.
Right.
And then when they got closer, he was like, "Oh, you're Chinese." Because they actually did flat deny that they were Japanese. They did state that themselves. Oh. They flat denied, "Oh, no, we're not Japanese, we're Chinese." And we have this, whatever.
Well,
they had that piece of paper in their hands that was saying, "You can't air us on whatever if you're trying to make a profit." Oh, right. You just showed up at a public location, kind of like showing up at the No Name National and saying, "We can't film you."
Right.
What do you mean?
Asshole, he's taking videos from the No Name Nationals and clipping them and putting them up on this channel.
Good gracious. I mean, most of us are, good percentage of us are monetized, which would be copyrighted material at this point.
Well, it's not theirs to take.
Again, if any of the channels are monetized channels, then he's stealing copyrighted material. I'm not monetized yet, but I'm getting there. Finally hit my 1K mark. But I still have about 3,000 hours of view time to get there. But you got to remember, my channel's over 12 years old. I have a lot of legacy people I've met in person. Hey, I'm a YouTuber. Subscribe to my channel. Yeah, those kind of dead subscribers.
Right.
But they subscribed. Now I'm at the point where I'm trying to build current subscriber content.
That and the damn watch hours. The watch hours are what's hard.
Exactly. I'm there. That's what I'm fighting right now. I'm fighting last year's spike because one of my videos got linked into some other video that got viral. And the guy put a propane tank in the backseat of a Nissan V6. And remember, I said 22R propane turbo. That's my best video ever. I think it has like 40,000 views.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Of course, it's a 12-year-old video. But I need to get...
It doesn't matter if it's still getting views. It's good.
I have a video that me and my wife got on a cruise, Carnival cruise to go to wherever, thing got 900 views the first hour when we were still at the port. Well,
exactly,
somehow,
Jed. It's one thing to use videos you made of other people's stuff, but you cannot take videos from someone else's channel. And that's what this.
And Jed speaks from experience because
he does.
He had a troll that was really doubling down on the guy.
Well, he made a channel. He called it Scott's Not Speed Shop.
Exactly.
I remember that. And that phony channel even made comments on videos from the inaugural No Name on my channel.
Oh,
I had screenshots of them.
That's an amazing low, isn't it?
It's just scummy. Get your cell phone and go out and make some fucking content, dude. It's not that hard.
Just go film your own stuff. Even if you're not going to edit it, just film your own stuff.
Yeah. And people will watch anything. I mean, I'm serious. You can go film a dog taking a shit, and you're going to get a bunch of idiots that's going to watch it.
There it is.
Tell me I'm wrong.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
The world today is just fucked.
I made a joke, tongue-in-cheek joke about when I was pressure washing the damn frame. I had a frame that somebody let me borrow so I could test fit my 8.1 Allison transmission in a 1-ton frame. It was the wrong height of frame. It was a short wheelbase 2-door frame. But we used that. We mocked it all up and got that working. But when I took that frame over there, I did one of those first wash in 30 years. Yeah, that video got like 5 views.
It can be fun.
I wish some troll could have got more views off that same video than I did. But
I know, right?
First wash in 40 years.
Where's the link, Tony? ASO posted the link a little while back. You talking about the link to the Trolls channel? It's right there.
Why are we going to get the troll views, though? Oh, just want to know
they're going in there reporting his ass is what they're doing.
Oh, we just kind of want to see what he's up to.
There's 3 videos. One of them's of Dallas, actually. Dallas's Thunderbird.
Oh, goodness. Dallas is over there at the track there. They're in Sykeston, right?
Yeah, I was ultimately
he was one of the
encouraging. Dallas is the president of the HRA.
Exactly. He was there at the track and all that. I mean, kind of hosting the whole event.
Ultimately encouraging the guy to go film his own stuff. He was legitimately making better quality videos than I was.
That's impressive. So he had the skill, but he used his powers for evil instead of
I was just going to say that. Yeah, their ASO posted that link up again. Sorry, I'm not into budget crap. Functional says, whatever happened to getting written permission for copyrighted material? I ask everyone when they talk to me about toy cars, for God's sake. Exactly. Because you're not a piece of garbage, maybe?
I mean, if I'm commissioning you to do a model of my vehicle, I mean, you have my full permission to use any footage out of any of my videos.
Well, right.
To figure out what my stuff looks like.
What he's getting at is he's got common courtesy to say, hey, would you like me to? 2, if you would like me to, do I have permission to?
Absolutely, ASO.
Yeah.
Or functional histories. Functional
Vic's
histories.
A good dude.
Yeah. Functional histories has my full permission to use any of my footage to make comedic relief or whatever out of anything he wants to out of making my model or whatever.
Right.
Yeah. I commissioned a guy. Oh goodness! It was back when I did my second sticker. I commissioned a guy to do a rendering, artist rendering of my truck. He did a great job. Unfortunately, I didn't know it at the time. I kind of ticked the dude off. I paid him. He said he was going to be done in like 3 business days. About 4 or 5 business days later, I'm like, where's my rendering, dude? You haven't answered any of my emails. Oh, I had a death in the family. I was like, I fire probably a guy every other month for fake death in the family.
Right.
These guys go, oh, I got to run back home. Got a death in the family. Excuse. Yeah, they use shittiest excuses they can. So when he hit me with that one, I was like, whatever. Just give me my damn rendering or at least respond to my emails.
Yeah, refund my money.
And so I hit him with the, I don't know if it was PayPal or whatever. I tried to do a refund through there.
Right.
And so he had to fight and block he had to fight to keep his money. But I mean, he eventually did produce the renderings I asked for. But he was kind of ticked off at me because I put in that. Because he didn't say, hey, I had a death in the family. He didn't respond for a couple days.
From the outside looking in, he just looked like an asshole that took your money and ran.
Yeah,
exactly.
Communication is a very valuable tool, dude.
Had he at least just said, "Hey, man, something's going on. I'll get back with you. It's going to be a couple more days." Great, But he promised me at least some like mid-level renderings in a couple days, and then just took my money and ran as far as I was concerned. And I went back and I apologized to this dude profusely. It's like, you did great renderings. I'm sorry I didn't understand what was going on in your situation, but because I get a lot of people in my job lie to me.
Your BS meter was pegged.
He pegged my BS meter. You know,
Yep.
he did eventually
Spidey senses were tingling.
I've got a good friend local to me. This is the kind of stuff that he does.
Oh, neat.
Cool.
You guys know whose car that is, right?
I believe I do. I have some pictures of it myself on my channel.
Yeah, that's the Brat Fink.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's Clint's Brat Fink. No, my buddy David Palmer.
Clint's got the really long goatee.
Correct.
Yeah.
I used to have one like that till I burned it off. And then I burnt the fucker again yesterday.
Burning hair smells so
good. It's finally starting to grow back. And I burnt the son of a bitch again. Damn butane torch was being a pain in the ass and it fireballed. Son of a...
Y'all can't see it on camera, but this actually goes out past the earphones.
Did the guy say anything bad about No Name in here? Oh, he was in here just being a wise ass, Brian, and I booted him.
I'll make the face. Anyway.
I remember as a kid, an old man being in the grocery store, and he had little wire hangers that come off of his glasses, and his mustache looked like two lollipops on either side of his face.
Functional history. Vic says, "Oh my god, are you fucking psychic? I'm holding the Brat Fink right now."
Well, somebody else posted that. The Brat Fink.
Yeah, Brian. He's using other people's videos. He was in here, just not really being an asshole, but acting like a 2-year-old,
being a turkey, being a turkey.
Look, yeah, exactly. And Wilburn went and looked him up, and he's
good.
He's just
Thank
being
you.
Putz.
I mean, he's using Wilburn's hashtag. To be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah, think about it.
All of our hashtagged, but I mean, Wilburn owns it. You know, we're just subsidiaries of Wilburn.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, on the About page, she's going to expose the NNN here. Oh.
Hey, let's see what they're trying to expose.
I know, right?
What, really? Come on. What you got against me? What do you got? I mean, I'm just a shitty. I'm a what's the word? YouTube certified mechanic.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just a shitty YouTube certified mechanic.
To have fun, you know. And these assholes, they just ASO hit the nail on the head. Coward. It's a good word. Coward. Freaking coward.
I just thought it was somebody from inside the community, kind of like pranking us.
At first, I did.
I thought it was just someone, just a polite ribbing, a little funsy fun, boys.
Yeah.
You don't know who I am, but it's also a surprise. Hey.
Yeah.
Oh, so and it's one of us anyway. You know, that's what I was expecting. But I legitimately have haters already. I can't believe it. There we go.
There's the page.
How many videos?
This channel will expose in all caps the No Name Nationals for what it really is. This son of a bitch, he started the channel yesterday. Joined January 25th, 2024. You see that?
How many subscribers does this guy have? Started it yesterday.
How many subs does it have? It doesn't show the subs.
Oh, okay. It's John.
It ain't John.
Just fucking.
I don't think it is.
No, I wouldn't think it would be either.
Even though what some of the things that guy was saying sounded Wilburn-esque.
Oh, it has 1 subscriber.
How many videos?
3. But see, here's the one long form video, if you can call it that. It's 45 seconds long.
Whose video is this? I know I recognize the car.
This is NSB's Dart, and they're calling it faster than the speed of sound. Can you guys hear the audio?
Oh, that's horrid. I don't want to listen anymore. It's clipping and chopping and...
Yeah, it's horrible.
Ooh.
That's Mopar Joe and
Who's the other car?
the purple Barracuda is just Mopar Joe. The left lane is NSB Lee.
Wow, look at the wheelie Joe did.
Right? I mean, I probably was there for that one.
And then
Like,
the other
at
two.
the
Joe's
staging.
a mean driver anyway.
What's that, Doug?
Joe's a mean driver anyway.
You know, guys, I've never actually been down the track.
Really?
Never. Been to a lot of tracks. Been a viewer. Been an observer. Built some engines. There we go.
Well, that makes two of us, my friend. I've never been down the drag strip either. I've been everywhere. You know, I've been to, not everywhere, but I mean, I've been to Indianapolis. I've been to Martin Dragway, and I've been up north to Stanton.
That dude's audio is garbage.
It is. Yeah.
I think he actually made the audio worse on purpose so he couldn't get copyright striked on the audio.
Maybe. Fuck, I don't know.
Because that's the first thing they copyright strike you on is audio.
Yeah, see, here's Jeff. Hey, Jeff, good to see you, man. He's not using real audio from the track it's dubbed over. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly what I was saying. He screwed up the audio on purpose. That chopping and clipping was annoying.
I have Jeff on the case.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm no expert here, guys. I'm just, armchair quarterback.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if you screw up the audio bad enough, they can't recognize the original audio.
Exactly.
So maybe this just is one of our bros, tongue in cheek, just messing with the guys.
Kind of hope it is. Kind of.
Yeah, let's hope it is.
I don't think so.
So let's take a grain of salt and let it ride, maybe.
Is on it. Yeah.
Grain of salt. I think every one of us has at least one hater at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck they are, Brian, but I don't want any part of them.
Yeah. Just block it out. Either way, they don't hate the hater got themselves hated. Yeah, moving on. Block it all, move it on. It's kind of funny, but in the same way, it's like, wow, we all have haters now.
Yeah, exactly.
So block
John.
it and move on. Okay.
Yeah. It's a fun topic.
Brian's not convinced it's a troll. We are. Maybe he doesn't realize that it's bad to use the name.
Misuse the name.
It's bad to mock other people's stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'll mock my own stuff before I mock anybody else's.
I think Brian's just trying to...
I can be my own best troll.
You already are.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Exactly, Jeff. That's exactly what it is.
Well said, Jeff.
It's an obsession. Ooh.
Well, yeah.
Kind of makes me feel more loved in a way.
For someone else.
It's stalker love. It's stalker love.
Yep.
I'm petting my own chest. It's stalker love.
And I agree with you. Brian says, well, it's kind of messed up that we go to hate first thing. And I totally agree with that. But when it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it's probably a duck.
Again, our initial assessment was maybe it's somebody within the community just kind of poking a jab.
Right.
And as much as the optimist in us says yes, but apparently it's not. And that sucks.
Yeah. Again, it's like, oh, we have stalker love. But yes.
Someone who was
tongue in cheek. Tongue in cheek, it's stalker love.
And had a good time. Could be.
Well, I mean, would the camera angles be consistent with the same person somewhere? Or, Somebody else
38
invited.
US Racing says, isn't imitation a form of flattery? Indeed it is.
Imitation is the
Like-
most sincerest form of flattery.
Like I said, stalker love. I was asking the question earlier about propane being a fuel source, and that kind of partially got answered. I also have a yard edger, and I've seen a lot of the YouTube channels doing the world's fastest like little red wagon. I have a yard edger here.
So, like with a 50cc weed whacker engine, and
No,
see
it's
how fast-
like the old school like 4-stroke. It's on a frame, kind of like a push mower, but it's just for edging your sidewalk.
okay.
So they had a serious problem with this thing gaining that little 2-blade thing to mow your edge. But the motor starts and runs perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to see if I can make that into a monkey bike. Or the world's fastest yard edger.
That'd be fun.
I might have to make it to where I can lean it. Because, I mean, I don't want to make it steer. Because, I mean, I just want to keep the original edger. But turn it around backwards.
Some kind of rumor
Mhm.
about the monkey bikes going total outlaw this year. Is that true, John Wilburn?
My son might get an outlaw one if we do outlaw.
So is outlaw just 100% no holds barred?
Give us the rules that we have to abide.
You ain't
Dude must
going-
abide.
You ain't going down the track in flip flops or shorts. That's for
Oh
sure.
no. But
Dude must
am I
abide.
going to be able to show up with a CBX 1050 engine on a monkey bike?
That's not a monkey bike anymore.
Shifter monkey bike.
Okay, rules are coming out Wednesday. There's your answer. So in
Maybe it can do an exhibition.
5
Oh,
days, we'll have our
absolutely.
answer.
Maybe I could do an
Absolutely.
exhibition with the edger against the monkey bikes,
There you go.
against the old school monkey bikes.
I have seen a guy in my
We'll
neighborhood.
complain,
His
but
pit
Kiwi
bike
will help.
pit
Maybe so.
bike.
Maybe so, Dean.
is a mini bike with a wheelie bar, and it has a Yamaha RD 350 twin on it. Which that little 350 twin 2-cycle can take on like a 71 Honda CB 750 and win.
Oh,
It's stock road bike. They're called giant killers.
speaking of Dust Devil Brian, I put those shirts up for sale this afternoon. We already sold 2.
Dean, Kiwi check on that. But anyway, back to what we're saying.
Kiwi check.
That dude Kiwi checks my videos all the time.
Oh yeah.
Love it. That's first comment every time.
I am proud to say that I am now friends with a Kiwi.
Right? I need to go down there. I will eventually fly there for fun
Oh, me
or
too.
vacation.
Oh, me
I
too.
just threw up
Take
the
me
link
fishing.
there if anybody wants
Or-
to go get themselves any
Take me to
Dust Devil
Bergman
Garage
Roadhouse.
swag. We got the digitizing done today for the embroidery on the Dust Devil Garage hats. Also, the
Nice.
sales will be up soon. As soon as we can decide on a hat. Brian wants a black and purple hat, but you'd be surprised there ain't no damn black and purple hats out there.
Really?
I got somebody's green and black hat. Thank
That
you.
looks like a turn it
Professional
around. Is that a
project.
snapback or a flex fit?
Snapback.
That's
It's
a
Perpetual
Richardson one.
Perpetual
That's a
Projects green
Richardson
too.
112.
That's their green.
Well, this
Yes,
is Rapid
sir.
Transit Jay's hat. That's neon
Oh.
green and charcoal. We're making these here in house.
Okay.
These are also for sale on the website, embroidered with Jay's logo. But this is a flex fit, which is a Richardson
Stretchy.
110 RC.
Okay.
Well, seeing that we're showing off hats, this is a Levi's Dockers hat, and it's adorned with pins. Got all sorts of cool stuff.
I'm showing off
Oh,
hats
hey,
because
Sir, please put your hat back on. It looks better on your head. Love you, bro.
Hey, I had to play too.
You look better with the hat on. Love you, bro.
That'll be coming real soon, William. That'll
Ah,
be coming real
speaking of
soon.
hats, So if my beloved Detroit Lions win this Sunday, if the Lions are in the Super Bowl, I've been talking about this for probably 20 years. I will be bald-headed while I watch the Super Bowl. I am going to
You're
shave
gonna
my
shave
head.
your head.
So if you see me bald, my Lions went to the Super Bowl.
Get some certain amount of likes before, make it a challenge for your audience. Got to get your audience to get the likes or views on.
Get the likes and views by Sunday.
Just give them that challenge. If you get likes and views, I'll shave my head for the Super Bowl because my beloved Lions or whatever. Come on.
My beloved Lions. Yes.
There you go.
There's an idea.
Do it. I mean, I'm not going to shave this, but I might dye or stain, something for a certain amount of likes. I'll put. You know what? I'd probably put the mustache in chrome.
There you go.
Chrome mustache,
dude. Why not?
So, do you really want that much never sees in your mustache,
dude? I'll do it for the right amount of views. I will spray paint this thing in chrome.
Chrome.
I don't know how long it's going to take to get that shit back out.
Right.
I will chrome that thing.
I'm going to share
when
that.
You said chrome, all I thought it was never sees because that shit gets everywhere.
Anti-seize, you might be better with the anti. You might be better with
behind my sack.
My underwear might still have anti-seize, but I can see the anti-seize. It might be easier.
I get anti-seize inside my underwear.
My wife even might ask questions on that one. It's anti-seize, honey.
My friend always calls it Tin Man Spooge.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And he does it just...
No.
Oh, you just lost me.
Yeah, I'm gonna do some content piracy here real quick and show off what ASO's grandkids doing. That's just cool.
Is that the Hot Wheels wheel?
Nice.
It is.
The wheel.
Sorry.
Always wanted one.
Yeah, that's cool.
Sorry, he's got me rolling on the last one with the anti-seize.
That's too funny. Yep. Kids love the no name.
Oh my goodness!
If it was one of us, they would have told John Wilburn what they was going to use his thumbnail. Yeah, you would think so.
Thanks, Dexter.
Hey, no problem, man. Anytime.
Woo. I gotta go have a fresh beer. Thanks.
Yeah, I saw that order come through this afternoon. It'll go out in the mail first part of next week for you.
So, do you guys know the difference between an Englishman and a Scotsman?
Define that one on camera.
The Englishman says, "Hey, you get off of my cloud," like the Rolling Stones. The Scotsman says, "Hey, McLeod, get off of my you."
Oh, shit.
I get that joke too.
413 powered Cushman. William is building a 440 powered Cushman.
440 powered Cushman. What? How many cubic inches?
440.
440 big block car on a Cushman.
How are you going to balance that on a Cushman?
Well, you better go check out Charger 383 Mopar's channel.
We used to have an old retired GM die cart that was made by Cushman. It was electric, and it had a Ford 9-inch rear axle in it, and it was the shortest axle I've ever seen. Had a centrifugal clutch on it like a snowmobile and an electric motor. That thing on a fully charged battery with no load on it, you could take it out on asphalt and lay rubber with it. It had little 3-inch tires on it. They were like 3-inch wide, 10-inch.
That's why you're still laying rubber, because you didn't have enough tire for traction.
Right.
That thing was a beast. Yeah, it had a Ford 9 in it. Basically, it was like basically the width of the pig.
Love it.
There
Can we
is
do
the
some
link to
motorcycle drags too?
the Red Rocket
Motorcycle
440
drag would be
powered
cool.
Cushman. There's the link to the playlist. I just put it there in the chat.
I got a Victory Kingpin that would probably lay rubber halfway down the track.
My CBX would be a lot of fun in the drag strip, but I don't want to blow the rods out of the bottom of it.
Right.
Victory is no longer a manufacturer of motorcycles. They're owned by Indian and Polaris
Right. Only made CBX 4 years.
Could blow it up, and well, I mean, there's no factory support either way. But I don't think I can. I don't think I can break this thing. I tried a lot.
Is that a challenge?
The only thing I managed to break on that thing was clutch cables.
Okay.
Oh.
I went through a couple rear tires. I don't know why.
I don't know why.
I could smoke that tire all the way through any intersection every time, and shift 2 or 3 gears and still be smoking the tire.
That's gonna be awesome to see that freaking 440 on a damn Cushman.
It's gonna rock.
Lord.
We'll
have to have Cushman classes or monkey bike classes.
Well, it's a 3-wheeler, so technically it's a car.
We're gonna have to have different classes for the Cushmans and 3-wheelers and
113
monkey
Cycle
bikes.
loves some bike racing. They have been the only bikes for 2 years. Yeah, that would be fun. That would really be cool.
Dude, I'm loving it.
But yeah, if you haven't seen it, go check out the playlist. He's done some. He's got a lot done on that thing already.
Is this Dean or Charger 383?
It's William. Charger 383 Mopar is the one building the Cushman with the 440.
He also has his dad's 68 Charger, I think it is.
Yep.
Drop me a link. I'll put it on.
I did drop the link to the
it's been a minute.
The Red Rocket playlist.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and throw his regular link up in here too.
A lot of the road bikes I remember being drag raced at the local drag strip. They were always Kawasaki 2-cycle triples. What else? Oh, CB750s. A lot of CB750s.
William is a cart of doom. Okay, you just dropped the link for that one?
And the other thing you can do, because William is set up through my website to sell merch, is you can simply go to www.charger383mopar.com, and that will take you directly to his channel. You go to shop.charger383mopar.com. That goes to the merch page, where there is also a link to his channel and some cool shit you can buy.
Okay.
I'm really surprised that William, Jed, and Dust Devil aren't actually here yakking with us. I mean, they used to run the Wide Guys Car Talk and run all night. But they're here hanging out with us.
Oh, shit. Did he put another one up, Jeff? Oh,
that's too bad.
Speak of the devil, and he shall appear. What's happening, William?
What's up?
What's going on, man?
Dude said, that's a good idea.
Dude, I just got to your channel.
So I figured I'd hop in.
I wasn't talking shit. I just liked your videos. Just says I just jumped on and found them. That's some cool stuff.
Yeah, I've got the rear frame section on the Red Rocket done and welded in, and it turned out exactly how I envisioned it. The entire frame, when I get done, this entire frame is going to weigh less than 1,500 pounds. It is going to be stupid light.
Yeah, you could put the lowest compression, shittiest running, littlest cam, worst heads in the world, 440 on that thing, and it'd still run like a striped ass ape.
It's a
Golf clap.
73 motorhome 440 out of a 73 Winnebago that had a turbo on it.
Yeah, well, that's certainly not the
Jesus.
worst example.
Factory
of a
Factory
turbo?
add-on. It was a factory add-on turbo. Look at my 440 stroker playlist. I actually show it on there.
I have actually seen
Wow.
one time. I've seen one of those in person, a factory add-on turbo on a 440 in a motorhome.
I picked up this motor and a short tail shaft 727 for like $500. Somebody
Can't
drove
beat it.
by my house and said, knew I was a Mopar guy, and said, I think I have a 440. Would you be interested in it?
Yes.
I went to look at it. It was definitely a 440. I told him I wanted it. Picked it up for $500. Sold all the turbo stuff for $500, and then now I've got a
Nice.
free motor. Although in retrospect, it would have been awesome.
Should have kept the manifolds.
And it would have been a turbo 440 Red Rocket.
Right.
Why not?
But now
Dude.
my
Was-
long-term goal is to have
Dude
a
must
blower
have
on it.
died.
Was that one of
145.
the?
I still like turbos.
Yeah, I was gonna say, was that one of the weird ones that had the plate that went under the carburetor, or did it have a blow-through hat?
It had this really big thing underneath the carburetor that had the tubes going to it.
Right. Yeah, and it worked. It worked more like it was weird how they
And
worked.
a special manifold. I show the whole thing on my channel. I show the whole setup.
So it blew in the incoming air under the carburetor?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
weird.
And
Yeah, very weird.
special-
Well,
like I said, I've actually
had a
seen one of those setups in person years and years ago. They
Most
are
turbos
strange.
aren't set up to get fuel through them, and most carburetors aren't set up to get pressure through them.
Right.
Okay.
Well,
So-
blow through carburetors aren't anything new, but they're expensive and it's
That's where propane gains its advantage because it has balance springs,
right.
and as long as you put the balance tube between the two, it gets it. That's the whole point to some 22R videos. But yeah,
Oh,
that's
while I'm thinking of it,
it's predecessors to fuel injection. You know,
your propane, asking if propane was allowed at the drag strip. And I
yes.
was talking about there used to be a dragster called the Natural Gasser.
Right.
Yes.
So they was running on bottled natural. So
Yeah.
if they could run natural, as long as you meet their
CNG,
protocols and pass tech, let's see why you couldn't run propane.
What about the fuel lines? Because on propane, they prefer high pressure rubber.
I guess if you're building it to whatever, I mean, you're going to have to ask questions, get answers.
Actually,
You can probably get a hold of Deke Denny and talk to him, and he's like the grand poobah of tech for No Name Nationals.
Yeah.
I actually just a couple of weeks ago removed a factory installed CNG system off of a 2000
Okay.
Chevy 3/4 ton. It had L31 Vortec 350 in it. But
Yeah.
those were all O-ring, flat-faced O-ring sealed stainless steel lines from end to end.
Flat faced.
Yeah, like
Huh.
hydraulic fittings.
Okay.
You know,
Okay. Flat faced
with
O-ring.
Okay.
flat-faced O-rings. But of course, that was factory
the
installed stuff back in 2000.
Propane systems I use like an A&N where it's one side's like 56.5 and the other one's 47 degree. A&N style metal to metal, and that shit stuff sealed.
Yeah, it works good. It does. It works well.
As long as you don't clog up the line when you're putting the fittings in. We
Right.
did that once on one of my brother's trucks, but I was able to buy pre-made fittings or pre-made lines that were 4 or 6 feet in length, and plumb my truck from one end to the other with those, and still put in a what works as a fuel filter when you're running propane?
What's
The
that?
filters for your AC compressors.
Oh,
Because
okay.
propane is a
Basically the same thing.
refrigerant. Propane is a refrigerant.
Yes.
My neighbor just happened to have a
Propane is
refrigerant.
actually a fuel. It just happens to behave like a refrigerant.
An
Using
old heating and
propane for a
cooling guy used
refrigerant
to
is
run
very
propane in his
dangerous.
AC system in his car.
Yeah. I initially had problems with my propane freezing up until I had to run the heater core, run all the water from the heater core through that to keep it from freezing up, and that made it not freeze up anymore.
I got you.
It's funny you're talking about propane. That my uncle, as a kid in the late '80s, early '90s, he was the manager of a propane delivery service, and
Yep.
he had a '79 Dodge Power Wagon with a 440 in it that he ran on propane.
Driving around town, they get fantastic fuel mileage.
Yep.
Until you get them on the interstate, we're trying to maintain a speed. You're actually making less power for fuel consumption.
Right.
You have to burn a little bit more fuel when you're going down the interstate. But
What's
they make it
happening
up.
there, Rose?
They really make it up in the meantime. And look at rock crawlers. Most of rock crawlers' time is spent idling or just above idle. And you're burning all the fuel at idle or just above idle. Because once you expand that fuel into a gas, your fuel vapor is mixed in with all the air. You don't have that fuel sediment like a carburetor would have, trying to keep liquid fuel vaporized. This stuff vaporizes as soon as you put it in the air.
Okay.
It kind of gets the reverse. At low idle and part throttle, you get great, fantastic fuel mileage on propane.
Mm-hmm.
But on your highway mileage, you actually start losing back.
All
Dual fuel.
The food delivery
66
service up by me, it's a Midwest thing. Maybe you've heard of it. It's called Schwann's. And Schwann's is just door-to-door delivery for frozen
got 'em here
foods
in
and all sorts
Arizona.
of nice treats and stuff. It's kind
And
of
they ran
spendy,
big
but
blocks in their trucks, and they left them idling so the ACs can refrigerate their trucks.
they run them on compressed natural gas. The whole fleet runs on CNG.
Yep. Yeah, no, we got them here too.
I remember those.
Oh, so
way
that's
back.
nationwide? Okay, cool. I didn't know that.
I was heading up to Indy last year, and I picked up an industrial 440 on my way up to just over garage, because it was an industrial 440 and it was set up to run on propane. It actually had a full setup on there.
Nice.
That's cool.
Just over garage, I actually gave that whole setup and the motor to him because I wanted what the motor was attached to. It's basically like a self-contained run stand, basically.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I kept everything on the back of it, and
gave him the engine.
and I gave him the motor. The motor
takes
needs work, but motor's definitely buildable.
Cool.
Nice.
But that link I shared a while back is to my 440 stroker build series that I thought I wanted to build a stroker, but I don't have that kind of money, so it kind of washed, and that 440 sat for a little bit, and then it turned into the 440 Cushman.
Oh shit!
But that playlist shows the turbo setup on the 440.
Oh, right on.
Also, when it was still in the 73 Winnebago that I actually pulled it out of.
Nice.
Yeah.
Dude had it about 90% taken apart, and it was super easy taking that motor out. The only thing left on that motorhome was the frame and the front part. That's it.
Yikes.
It was literally the frame and the front.
I've been kind of contemplating one of the old motorhomes to make a ramp truck type thing out of it, but I want to keep. I'm going to move whatever bathroom it had towards the front, keep the bathroom and a kitchenette, and then make the ramp truck out of the rest of it.
So you not only have a car hauler, but you also have a living quarters.
Somewhat living quarters. And once you back the car off the car hauler, you can live on that or put a
Well, if you're gonna keep the
kitchenette at that point.
Kitchenette and keep the shitter, you keep the keep the fold down couch for a place to sleep.
Absolutely, something to that effect. You make as much usable space out of the original stuff by relocating it, and then because I mean, any sort of RV back in the day, they were on a 1 or 2 ton, 1.5, 2 ton frame. Of course, they still had gasoline engines most of the time.
Right.
Those engines, like you just were stating, is like some of those engines are worth more. Just sell it to somebody else. You could probably keep the body and frame for free. Put a diesel or some other modern engine in it for negligible price.
You had a bucket of propane and it was 50 or 60 below outside. Technically, it would not evaporate. No,
You're
but
correct.
I might.
I will evaporate before that. At that temperatures, yes.
Oh, I watched the video.
Propane.
Rose says, I have a 77 motorhome if you want it.
Bear Rose, where are you? Oh, you're in Idaho.
It's in Idaho.
Yeah, I might be seeing you and Cousin Mike soon. I've got some projects coming up in that area, possibly.
I've had an idea rolling around my head after I get the Red Rocket done, building a small trailer to pull my 65 Cushman.
It'd be fun.
It'd be a 440 powered Cushman hauling a traditional Cushman.
That would be fun.
Pulling into no-name nationals like that.
Right?
Dude, do it. Do it. I dare you. Dare you.
You gonna drive the 440 Cushman all the way to No Name? That would be epic, dude.
It's not. I want to
probably trailer it half, like most of the way there.
That would
just show up with it.
Epic.
I want to have it road legal, and it may not happen by No Name, but I will be working on that. I want it classified as a custom vehicle and have a tag and insurance, everything. I want it. I want it fully road legal.
That's cool.
What state are you in?
Mississippi.
What's your antique tags rules in your state?
I don't know the rules. I would have to look it up.
Texas, if it's if it's past 20, 25, 30 years, registered as an antique. My truck,
or that, yeah.
My truck that tows this camper has never been in the state of Texas since I've owned it.
Oh, wow.
It's registered in Texas. I didn't have to get it inspected because I registered it as an antique.
Well,
all I have to do is promise the state of Texas I'm not going to drive it. It's for show purposes, to show off whatever my mechanical means. I could drive it to car shows. I could drive it to whatever. I could drive it less than 2,500 miles a year.
Technically speaking,
I registered that for 6 years for $50.
Yeah, take the speedometer cable off of it and drive the thing to your heart's content.
I don't have a working speedometer right now. What the hell are y'all talking about?
Well, there you go. Yeah, how are they going to prove you drove at 2,500 miles?
That thing's probably less than 400 miles since I've owned it.
Oh shit!
I've had it for 3 years.
The Cushmans are actually licensed, are actually titled as a motorcycle.
Oh, okay.
Technically.
Well, then you might retitle it something similar, like a Boss Hog motorcycle. You know, the V8 motorcycles.
When I get the Red Rocket done, it's going to be a 79 Cushman in cab and bed alone. Nothing else is going to be Cushman. So that's why I want it classified and have a state issued VIN number and everything, so it's a custom vehicle.
But why couldn't you keep its VIN number?
Because getting a title and registering a Cushman is challenging.
Oh, okay, I got you. So you don't have the title to it.
Well,
yeah,
Cushmans probably were rated to 30 miles an hour, 40.
The 79 was actually was never intended for road use, so like 25 maybe. Okay. 25, 30 would be tops.
Yeah,
the gear ratio in it is like a 10 point something.
So kind of even a small scooter back in the day, medium scooter.
Yeah. Well, now my 65, I went down the track at No Name at 38.6 miles an hour. That was
Love
fun.
it.
There you
Love
go.
it.
And if I tied, if I
you
tied
haul
back
it, you
the
can
cover,
have
I
it.
would have hit
So,
about 45.
you'd have beat the Model T.
I tried to go. I wanted to go against
He
him,
wouldn't race.
but he wouldn't race. And the Saturday,
He did an exhibition run. I got it.
Saturday, my Cushman did not want to fire up, so I just figured, screw it, just
Well,
got it.
I
got
mean,
it loaded
compare
up on
y'all's
the-
time slips, I guess, at this point.
Yeah,
Well, we did. We were comparing time slips. It would have been anybody's race.
it would have been neck and neck. It could have been anybody's race.
It would have been a cool freaking race because we were comparing times. We spent more than a little bit of time doing it too, didn't we, William?
I actually took a picture
I wish
of his flip. Actually,
Well, I did. He grabbed me up. I was trying to film one of the other more famous cars at the events, and I was trying to film that guy. And I was trying to do interviews because I didn't have my own vehicle there, so I was trying to interview everybody I could, and was in the middle of trying to interview somebody, and he come peeling up in that Model T. He's like, "Get in!" The dude's like, "Jump in that car, go!"
Right.
And
That car was
I did.
cool.
I remember like just splicing the videos I had for that together and just posting it. Well, I went back and remastered that because in my mind, while I'm riding down the road in the Model T, I put it in black and white mode.
Oh, that's cool.
So
That's cool.
I took some of the footage from one of the returns, and I took some of the other footage, spliced it together, put it in black and white mode, and then once we got a modern vehicle showed up in the shot, I switched it back to black color. So that was how I remastered that video. So that was kind of what I did with that one. You know, I that was my genius behind that one. That both videos have about the same views now, and they were put out like 2 or 3 months apart. But you know, it just like I see the. I mean, one video just got put out that weekend. Everybody got to view it, and then the other video, not everybody knows about it. But you know, when I'm riding around the Model T, it was black and white mode initially.
That's cool.
So
that is cool.
So I thought it was.
Yeah, I can't wait to see that
thanks.
done, Scott. Making a ramp truck out of the old 700.
You know, I've always I've seen some of those, whatever, not TikTok, but the Pinterest video or Pinterest pictures of people making fire trucks and RVs into ramp trucks. Wouldn't mind doing that myself. But I mean, sometimes that motorhome 440 is worth more than a whole gum truck. So sell off that 440 and put something else under the hood. And then put it in a Cushman or something.
I actually had another idea for a build after the Red Rocket.
Oh, goodness. I love it already.
Using an original Cushman OMC motor, probably one of the 22 horse motors I got, and building a go-kart, but having the Cushman motor up front exposed, and then having a drive shaft and the Cushman rear end and everything. And it'd be low to the ground like a go-kart. So you'd be sitting really low to the ground, but the motor's going to be up front.
That could be cool.
Neat.
I'm not even going to think about starting that one until the Red Rocket is basically done.
I was going to say, send me the cardboard drawing of that one. Napkin drawing, just sketch that stuff out. That sounds like fun.
It's still a thought in my head, and it's not going to be any faster than a traditional cheap go-kart, like 20, 25 miles an hour.
Right.
Like I said, because the extra rear ends that I have like a 10-something gear in it, which is...
Hey, Dougster made it.
Hey,
back.
Dougster's back. Low. We lost you there for a while, Doug.
The Dougster hath returned unscathed.
My 65 Cushman actually has a rare rear end gear that Cushman actually discontinued. It's like a 471 gear that they only used for a few years, and then they went to like a 443 gear. So my Cushman actually has it's got one of the uncommon rear gears. That's
Is it a Cushman built axle?
Huh?
Yeah.
Is it a Cushman axle?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fun, interesting thing. I've on the 61 Cushman I recently picked up, or not recently, but the 61 Cushman I picked up. I picked it up because it has a Dana 12 rear end.
Oh wow.
12?
Not a Dana 12 bolt, a Dana 12.
Dana 12. So
What
is it
size
made
is
of
that?
two
What
sticks
size
and
is
balsa
that,
wood?
William? What size is the ring gear?
It's very, very tiny.
Like 6-inch or 4-inch?
I think Timken rear ends are more tough than that thing is.
It is super tiny, but it's a traditional rear end.
Well, being as it's a Spicer
tiny.
axle, it's probably a lot stouter than you think.
Mm-hmm. It's the original Cushman.
I love it already.
The Cushman rear ends, like the one of my 65, is a worm gear rear end.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
The Dana rear end is a traditional rear end with the ring and pinion and everything. So the Dana is definitely stronger. And it's still in good shape.
Still don't think I'd hook the 440 up to the thing.
Oh, that? No, not that, no.
Better get a 9-inch Ford.
9-inch Ford. That actually had it, but that thing was made
or even a Toyota.
50,000-pound piece of equipment too.
Like you are using a 9-inch, ain't you, William? Or is it an 8 3/4 you're putting in that Cushman?
It's a narrowed 8 3/4.
That's right. That's right.
I remember
it is super narrow too.
I remember watching that video now. You'd think kind of in your lap or something.
I can't wait. I can't wait to get the rear end welded in and to see regular car tires on the back of this thing.
I don't know.
Are you putting some old Honda, like the little tiny Honda tires or something?
You got any idea what size tires you're going to run?
Probably a 15x10 or 15x8 on the back on the rim size.
Right.
And you're gonna have a wheelie bar on this thing?
Yeah. I'm already thinking about a wheelie bar. Let me go and change my background to the Red Rocket. There you go.
I was going to say you need to change your drawers when you ride that thing too.
Yeah, I'm already thinking about a wheelie bar. I'm gonna have to have a wheelie bar on this thing.
So
where are you at again? Do you need some help with some of these parts?
Or are you gonna have two wheels like a traditional dragster?
It'll be a straight axle front end.
I mean, like for your wheelie bar, are you going to triangulate and have one caster, or are you going to have two casters on the rear?
Probably two.
Okay.
Probably two.
Are you going to have casters, or are they going to be slappers?
Honestly, don't know.
But magnesium on them.
Slappers would probably actually.
I haven't thought that far ahead. I try not to think too far ahead.
Right.
I try not to think too far ahead and plan too far ahead. I think about it and then consider stuff, but I try not to think too far ahead, because if I think and plan too far ahead and buy parts that I think I'll need, when it comes down to it, I may not actually need those, or I bought the wrong one. So I try not to think that far ahead.
You know what? I like that battle plan.
I kind of, when I did the rear frame, I measured it. I got the metal and welded everything together, and then had it sitting to the side for a while until we had time to do it, because I had to drag the Cushman from the backyard all the way up to the front yard to my carport, which means I have to move 3 vehicles, a daily driver vehicle, the Dart, the Charger, and then put the Cushman in the carport so I can weld on it. So it's a whole ordeal. It's a whole thing to even get in position to work on it. So it took a little bit to get to that point. But when I got to that point, plasma cut everything out. Everything dropped in exactly how I envisioned it. So it's going to be exciting.
By the way, I'm fingering my crack.
I saw that earlier. Yeah. Yeah, I'm Cushman made doors for these, but there's not a lot of Cushmans in my area.
No,
And,
there's not a lot of Cushmans altogether. So you do have
So-
the cab. So that one has the cab.
This
cab.
how it is behind me is basically how I got it.
Oh, okay.
It still had the original motor. It's a 22 horse. It still had the original rear end. But I'm gonna build some doors for it that I can basically fold down and just have open, because I know going down a track I need to have a closed cab. It can't be open. So I'm gonna build me some doors for it, unless I can get lucky and actually find some originals.
If you can, I'm sure originals are out there, but I bet you're going to spend up for them. But I bet you they'd be worth every penny. Or you can make yourself ones, and you could actually make something really nice.
That's what I'm thinking. That's kind of my game plan on it. Is just make my own.
Up in the northern lower peninsula of Michigan, I know where a West Coast mailster is, if you know what one of those are.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, they are cool. And it's navy blue and white, says U.S. mail on it still. It has a 22 horse Onan under the seat, and the doors slide into itself. And it's like a quarter ton or a half ton. I think it's a quarter ton cart. And she's in rough shape, but she's rebuildable.
Yeah,
that'll be cool.
My game plan is to actually use the yellow Cushman that's behind the red one here in the picture.
Yeah, OG Cushman.
Yeah, I'm gonna take parts off of that. That's a 73, but the frame is kind of rusted pretty bad on it. So I'm gonna take parts off that one to restore my 61 milk delivery Cushman. This thing actually, my 61 still has the Board and Dairy logo on it.
Oh wow!
So that one's getting a full restoration, and the 73 is going to donate a lot of parts.
Put my videos together quickly and just post them.
I always wanted to take a West Coast mailster and put like a Honda Valkyrie Oppose 6, which is a liter and a half, 6-cylinder, flat 6.
Into
one of those. I think that would be fun.
Landon and his uncle about that yesterday. They're mad. Not at me.
Yeah, it's beginning of last year. I had one Cushman.
Take it with a grain of salt.
And that's my 65.
He's like, no.
At the end of last year, I had
all that live stream with you when you got booted out of the live stream.
Good to see you, man.
I saw that.
Hunter, what's going on?
Anyway, I love you, twerp. All right, love you too. All right, catch you later, baby. Bye.
Love you 3. Kisses.
I don't think he realized his mic was still on.
Right.
That's funny.
Pookie, I love your convo. LOL.
Am I still in the show?
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
And we heard everything.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, love you too, babe.
I love you all too. Hey, I have to answer to somebody.
This is true. Hey, Mama's happy. Everybody's happy.
She still tolerates me doing this stuff.
Hey, Lady Dougster, puts up with my gearhead madness. Kudos to Lady Dougster.
I wish I had turned the mic off.
Hey.
Apparently, I just.
Dean.
I'm sorry, y'all had to hear all that.
It's okay there, sweetie.
Let me turn the camera back on if I can remember how.
Hey, A for effort.
Well, I mean, I got up to use the bathroom, and she called in the meanwhile. I mean,
oh, great. We got on that too.
Well, y'all didn't have to hear that part. The farts and the tooting and all the other stuff.
Boy, hey, you know what? We're lucky because at least he wasn't like, yeah, honey, I was thinking about maybe we need to get a pizza later. Okay, yeah, that's fine.
38
Yeah.
looking for an old
I didn't badmouth anybody, did I?
No.
Nobody here.
No.
No.
All right, there we go. Didn't badmouth anybody here.
Yeah.
38's kind of looking for an old
Micro
Cushman
midget race
engine from
car.
the 50s.
I think he had
Dad's
8
micro
I mean,
midget.
overhead
love what I do
overhead
with you guys.
conversion.
I would look for a Cushman scooter engine because that sounds like that's what that is. And I want to say Husky was a brand, I think, but I think Cushman had their own name on there too. I think. I don't know too much about the scooters because I don't have one, but I can see myself having a Cushman scooter.
I could see that. Yeah, once you get bit by the Cushman bug.
My 65
sure.
I picked up, it was a basket case. I got it when it was basically all completely disassembled. The motor transmission assembly was out. The front cowl piece was loose. The bed was off. The rear end was out of it. And I fit all of it in the bed of my truck, took it home. And I actually got the 65 with the purpose of cutting it up to put the 440 in it. But I put it together to keep everything together so it wasn't scattered across my backyard.
That makes sense.
And while I was doing that, I realized everything was original. The motor was original from 1965. The plug wires on the motor were original from 1965.
Oh, wow.
The coil, the dual coil was original from 1965.
Dual coil, okay, 1 per cylinder.
So,
oh,
Motherfucker.
wow. All right.
That was
That
not
was-
a Cushman scooter.
And that was not
Cushman
38
That
POS
was a
racing.
connecting. Okay, we were looking at a connecting rod and stroke ratio.
Yes.
Yeah,
I think
yes.
that was. I think that was a
That was-
dyno
Yeah,
pull.
we
the
figured
video.
that out. That ain't you.
That was a dyno pull from Holdman's.
Now I got to go edit the fucking video. That pisses me off.
Just blank that part out. Yeah, that was a dyno
Yeah,
pull
but
from.
you got to go back and edit it. You got to edit it out.
I mean, I'm still in the middle of apologizing for my wife's conversation with me, which was
fine.
totally innocent compared to that.
It's fine.
you're good,
Hey,
man.
you guys are my family. That wasn't
What do these cocksuckers gain from that shit?
absolutely
Jolly.
nothing.
Jolly's bragging rights. Why? Because I
Blocking,
can.
Oh,
Like,
bragging for what?
demonetizing a portion of the video.
Well, if he takes that part out, it don't matter.
Well, I mean, it's hard to edit the live part, but you know, everybody
It's
here
not.
knows. Everybody
it's
here is
not.
old enough to. Everybody here is old enough to see that. You know,
Right,
Supposedly.
but it's
Supposedly.
the fact that blah, blah,
It's
blah,
offensive.
blah, blah.
it's offensive.
Offensive.
Very offensive. But that's why they do it. They do it to fuck over a channel.
Kind of makes.
It takes everyone's got something else that gives them a dopamine hit, you know, and that's basically what it is. We're gearheads. We wrench. When we make it run, when we do what we set out to do, we get a dopamine hit. That's what we're after. But you know, it takes all sorts of people to run around and mess. Sometimes messing with people is what they get. Their dopamine.
That's their
hit from.
dopamine hit.
That's their dopamine hit, and it's just like that's sad, brother.
That if they just can't get their life together to get a dopamine hit off of something better or easier,
Apparently not.
apparently they're trying to poison other people's channels.
Yeah.
Or chosen lifestyle for income or eventual, you know. My channel hadn't made a dime yet, but I mean,
You know,
that
I don't
that
care
would
if I ever
that
make
would
a dime doing this. I'm not out to make money. I'm just here to. I like cars. I like to wrench. I like to goof around with stuff. I like to, you know, make stuff. And yeah, I'm bringing you along with me. So I'd be doing this anyway. So
I had to have that own self conversation with myself recently.
Right.
You know, my whole point is, can I produce something that will entice the next generation to keep doing what we're doing, or at least be able to change their own dang gum flat tire or oil or whatever? I mean, just get these guys to do something. You know, there's young men and women. You know, I've got
And
2 or 3
now we got
lesbians that
some
work for
asshole
me.
posing as Dean trying to get in.
I probably don't want them either. Do
Nope.
not want. Yeah.
Nope.
38 POS Racing, send me an email, Charger 33 Mopar, on my Facebook Marketplace by me. Or it says it's in, I think, Red Bank, Mississippi, I think. Yeah, Red Banks, Mississippi. It's got a listing for some Cushman scooter parts, and it looks like he's got a at least one motor or one motor case and a bunch of parts, and it does look like a flathead. So send me an email, and I'll send you this link.
You guys ever watch Diesel Creek? Guy's name's Matt, and he's out of Pennsylvania on YouTube. And
I don't
he
think I've
picked up
seen
a
that
couple
one.
of cement. They're like little mini dump trucks, and they're powered by like 5 to 8 horse Wisconsins. And you sit over the engine, and the engine's able to rotate freely 360 degrees, and that is also forward and backwards. You crank the
Really?
wheel, and then so it's always, the wheel's always turning in one direction. Fascinating little machine. And it's got a little hand operated dump on the front of it. They would haul cement from the truck out to the job in it.
Interesting.
Yeah, they are interesting. Very simple.
Uh, 38 POS Racing, you need to run a virus check on your computer. You've been hacked. You need a new computer.
Is this goddamn son of a fucking bitch?
That was a big weed, probably a weed
He's
whacker.
not even-
I don't know. That was bad.
I'm getting beyond fucking pissed off now.
I'm glad that hasn't happened in any of my lives yet, but need better moderators. Same, I guess.
It is actually Dino. Or at least that's what it says.
Well, that last one was claiming to be Don English. The Don.
I think that maybe there should be no. If we leave, we can't come back.
Well, I think I'm going to shut this fucker down here in a minute. It's ridiculous.
That isn't a bad idea.
I think we've had a run for the evening, gentlemen.
Well, unfortunately, somebody else set that for us. But
yeah,
we have been sabotaged.
Guys, it was great hanging out with you, and everyone in the chat too.
Same. And
now I got
absolutely
go,
love the whole No Name Nationals community. Thank y'all for showing up. Thank y'all for letting me in, and thank y'all for letting me be on the screen.
Yep. Now I'm gonna go edit video.
I absolutely understand why.
Yep. It was nice hanging out. I'll talk to y'all later.
Yeah, sure.
Love you, brother. And I'm gonna definitely watch some of those Red Rocket videos later.
Appreciate it.
Not the other Red Rockets, but your Red Rocket videos.
Honestly, not gonna lie, that's part of the reason why I picked that name. think of all the jokes.
I was already thinking half of.
Oh yeah.
Love you, brother.
Oh, look at this. Look at this motherfucker. See this? You see this? The cocksucker.
Fuck that motherfucker too. That's probably your hacker
I
right
will
there.
find you. I will hunt you down, and I will rip your head off and shit down your motherfucking neck, Silas. Fuck you.
I have a particular set of skills.
Uh-huh.
I'm
I
not
have a
nice.
particular set
neither-
of skills too when it
And
comes
my wife and my son are not any nicer.
You think I will I will
Good
find
luck to you, Silas.
piece of shit.
Good luck to you.
This cocksucker's trying to get in again.
Good luck.
He's down here in the fucking bottom. Fucking piece of shit.
Good luck to that motherfucker. Good night, gentlemen.
Yep.
See
I'll talk to you
guys
later.